All right, so, can I have a motion to, close this public portion?
Make a motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you.
That was to close the public portion and adjourn the work session. I just want to.
Yes, now we go to the regular session.
Yes.
Now let's get to the regular session. Gina, okay. We're gonna start the mayor, we're gonna start the meeting order for the regular session meeting. This regular meeting of the mayor and council, a notice was given as follows. Notice was filed on March 13, 2023, with the record in the Newark Star Ledger, both official newspapers of the borough. Notice was posted on the bulletin board, and copy is preserved in the clerk's office. Gina, would you please do the roll call?
Mayor,
Here?
Councilwoman Jane. Here. Kim.
Yeah.
Min.
Here.
Hart.
Yes.
Farah. Here. Petrie.
Yes.
Matthew Munch.
Here.
Austin Ashley.
Here.
Okay.
Great. Before we do the adoption of minutes, I would like to call upon the new 2023 mayor, deputy mayor, and the person that I respect very much. He's been a great leader for many years. He was not only the principal, he was a coach of a Hall of Famer in New Jersey. The people of Palisades Park follow him, they respect him, and he's still got the guts and energy and you know, and ideas to spread for the community. And I think he would be a great representative as being the deputy mayor for 2023. Frank, would you please step up? Round of applause. Please don't. Of course, you gotta bring the light. Thank you. Oh, yeah, he doesn't get anything. Pure philanthropy work. Thank you very much again. He's a great volunteer. We need someone that knows about not only the people in the community, but also the dynamics. Because the more eclectic we are, the more multicultural, multinational we are, that brings power to Palisades Park and strength and identity, a unified identity. I would like to read this proclamation from me. Whereas Frank Donahue has served as a community leader for many years, whereas he is a dedicated purpose servant and activist who has devoted his life to progressive causes and to the betterment of the community he loves. And whereas he was elected as a member of Borough Council in 2007 and have served on the Borough Council for the past 13 years, during which time he was selected for a term as president of the council by his fellow council members as a fitting and well-deserved tribute to his dedication. And whereas throughout the tenure of his term as councilman, he has demonstrated the highest standards of ethic and values, and volunteerism are shining examples of community service to others. Now, therefore, be resolved in recognition and appreciation of his long and dedicated years of conscientious service to the people of our borough. I, Mayor Chung Paul Kim, do hereby appoint and proclaim Frank Donahue to the position of Deputy Mayor of the Palisades Park, Borough of Palisades Park. He shall be accorded with all the duties and powers of the position of Deputy Mayor, including coordination of constituent problems and appearances at such official events as may be directed by me. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to take this.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Adoption of minutes, you know?
Yes. So, we have 3 sets of minutes from December 22nd, January 3rd, and February 27th. Make a motion.
Can I have a motion to adopt these minutes?
Make a motion.
Make a motion, can I have a second?
Second.
Second, first and second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
None opposed?
Everybody opposed?
No.
No.
Okay,
Good.
none opposed. Okay. Consent agenda items 64 through 80.
would like to make a motion to, adopt the consent agenda resolutions. May I have a second? May I have a first?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a
Okay.
Could I have a second? Vote.
Vitri? Okay. Jane?
I would say no for 68, 71, 73, 79, and 80.
Just okay.
For the record, you are saying no
No.
to 68, 71, 73, 79, 80. Okay, and yes to everything else.
Okay.
Okay, Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
Pereira?
First of all, I recuse anything to do with the police department, let's do that first. And I vote no for 2023 80.
2023,
So no to just 2023-80,
I
and
also,
you're refusing from,
well, I'm just 2023 78. That is on there, right? We didn't remove that, correct?
we did not,
Okay.
we didn't receive any information though.
But the problem for me is every year, because we're talking about things we've always done in the past, leaving it the same,
Mhm.
we never have ever had anything prior to the actual event. We always get the bill
Right.
when the event happens. So is everybody okay with voting for that? Yes? Did everybody
Yeah,
vote
so
yes?
I think
So,
that's
okay,
the-
so I'm yes on that. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, and I just wanna go over the resolutions for recusal. We have, what's 66, let's just go back to the- no. Okay. We have 68, that's for the police consultant, they're recusing.
Stephanie recused over there.
I think Daniel Law I have to recuse from too, if I'm not mistaken, does that relate directly to the
Daniel Law?
police? I don't think you have to recuse.
The Daniels Law is just it's a requirement by state law that we identify certain people to redact names. It's like an Oprah thing. There's no
Okay, so it's not
policy.
about the policy of redacting those particular people.
No, it's
No.
a state law that we just have to
Okay.
identify people.
Yeah,
So
I
I
just
don't
wanna
think
be
there's,
careful,
I
so
don't think there's
have
anything that,
a violation.
I don't see any,
Okay.
I believe the only thing you would have to recuse on is number
Was just
68,
the,
for the
68.
police consultant.
Okay.
So you recuse for 68 and no to 80. And Vitri? Vitri?
I'm voting yes, but I have a question on 2023-70. And it's not the date, I'm talking about the time.
The time we have currently listed on the resolution is 6 P.M.
I think it's too late, and I think 5 o'clock we should keep it at. I'd like to make a motion to take a vote.
It's actually did you verify that, but I believe that is the authority of the mayor, is that correct?
well, Mayor, there's two different types of meetings. So this is, your normal schedule was set by the governing body at the beginning of the meeting. Originally, it was set for 5 PM with the exception of the reorganization meeting, which was 6. I think that if I understand, this resolution would move everything to 6. If you needed to either call a special meeting, you could do that as your power as mayor. If you needed to, adjust the time, like, if you need to start earlier because there's a special meeting, you could do that. But this is the set schedule that, so you can't unilaterally just change every meeting time on its own. If you need to add a meeting, you could do that. If for some reason, if the council said, hey, we need to start later one day, then either 4 members of the governing body or the mayor could try to do that. But you should set a general schedule, which would be this resolution.
My,
Which we're
my,
voting on right now.
my-
We're ready right now.
So
So
we
it's
said
just,
yes.
my specific question is, does the mayor have authority to make a decision, or is the council's votes?
It's both. So right now, this would be the council would decide, what we're voting on right now is for the council to decide to set its regular scheduled meeting for the dates listed and for 6 o'clock. If, Mayor, if you decided that, you want to have a meeting next Monday, you as the mayor could decide I'm having a meeting next Monday and it's gonna be at.
Special meeting.
Special meeting is gonna be at whatever time you want, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever. If you decided that the April 24th meeting, was gonna be at, right now it would be by 6 o'clock, if you decided that, you want to move the time, you would have to either do it as a special meeting earlier, you're gonna have a special meeting at 5 o'clock rather than having a regular meeting at six, or you'd have to have a majority of the council which wishes to move the meeting. You couldn't just tell the council unilaterally that the April
Okay.
24th meeting is now gonna be at 7 on your own.
Understood,
The meeting is
understood.
noticed for 6,
Understood.
and there would be,
Understood. So, I would like to ask, how does the council members feel about this time?
I voted yes.
Yes to
Did we
6?
vote on that? Yeah.
Well, the easiest way, I think, would be, Councilman Vitre's is made a motion to amend that resolution.
Amend
If he
the
gets a
resolution.
second, then we can take a vote on
I see, I see. Do I, so you're making you're making a motion, do I have a second?
For 5 o'clock.
For 5 o'clock. Do I have a motion for 5 o'clock?
A second.
Second. Second, great, now we're gonna vote.
Okay, now we're gonna vote. This is to change the meeting from from
Six
six to five. Jane?
I wanted to 7 PM actually, so I'll say no, I'll do
Let's
6
see.
PM.
Okay, no, Kim?
Yes,
Yes to change it to 5,
yes,
Okay.
the, amend the motion.
okay. And then, Min?
Decisions.
This is to amend it to 5.
I wanna say no.
Okay, Hart?
No.
Pereira?
No.
Okay, Petrie?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, amendment fails. So we are,
It's at 6.
yes, it is at 6. Petrie, you said yes to everything except for 80? Was that,
Just the time that was.
At the time.
Yeah, from,
okay.
now let me ask you a question, Borough Attorney. If we decide again to change it, we have
You could
another
change it.
opportunity at the special meeting. Go ahead.
you could change it again. The biggest issue is that you have to notice the meetings.
Notice the
So, you know, beginning of the year, you typically notice all of them, so if you were going to change them, if you wanted to change them as a whole, and say you came back next meeting, you guys thought about it further and said, no, we wanna leave it at 5, and you wanna change the rest of the year's schedule to 5, you could do that, just the clerk would have to re-notice
Understood.
in the newspaper, just like you do for any time you change a meeting. So, if you leave it at 6, and you decide for some reason that you have a particularly long agenda one day, or somebody has a timing issue and you need to move it to 5, again, as long as there's a majority of the council who wants to move it to 5, or you, as the mayor, said a special meeting earlier, you could do that. Generally, if there's consent of 4 members of the governing body, then as long as you properly notice the meeting, you can do it. Where you run into problems is if you try to change one of these meetings, time, and it's not with the majority of the governing body, then you run into
Understood.
tension.
But what I'm trying to say is, Councilman Vitry, if you, every single time, every single month, we have an opportunity to bring this back. If you wanna bring this motion back, up to the council members, if you're trying to see if you get more, cooperation, and we can come back again. Thank you.
For the sake of the record, I just wanna make sure that you voted yes to all of the items now.
Say
Yes.
yes, except for the time.
So the question, do you vote yes or no for the change?
I vote yes. Everything.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, moving on, 81, temporary capital budget.
Right. Can I have a motion to adopt?
I'll make a motion to adopt a temporary capital budget.
Roll call?
Chang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Hart? Pereira?
Yes.
Petrie?
Yes.
Okay, 82, introduction of 2023 municipal budget.
Can I have a motion to adopt the off consent agenda resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, so Pereira, motion, Chang seconded. Chang?
Yes.
Kim? Min?
Yes.
Hart? Pereira?
Yes.
Petrie?
Yes.
83, authorization of increase in deferred school taxes for local school taxes.
Make a motion.
Can I have a motion to adopt the off consent agenda resolution? Make a motion first, can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Chang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Pereira? Petrie?
Yes.
Okay, notice is hereby given that the budget and tax resolution was approved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Palisades Park, County of Bergen on March 20th, 2023. A hearing on the budget and the tax resolution will be held at the Borough Hall on April 24th at 6 PM. at which time and place objections to said budget and tax resolution for the year 2023 may be presented by taxpayers or other interested persons. Copies of the budget are available in the office of the Borough Clerk at the Municipal Building, 275 Broad Avenue, Palisades Park, during the hours of 9 to 4:30 p.m. Off consent agenda 84. Before we do that, do you want to invite up the CFO?
Absolutely.
To
Roy, would you come back and explain about our
your budget.
budget?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, before, he does that, I'd just like to thank Mr. Rigatano. He has contacted me consistently, worked very hard on cuts, not easy process, it's very hard to cut. And he was very informative throughout that to keep me updated on it, so I really wanted to thank him publicly that I did appreciate all of the input.
Thank you very much. We all agree your service is well appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So the budget process for the public is, tonight is nothing more than an introduction. There's no comment from the general public on this budget because it is only introduction. 28 days or so from now, minimum, we will have a public hearing. That public hearing will be where the public has opportunity to express their dissatisfaction or satisfaction concerning the budget. The budget is now in check, and that's why we're here this evening. The state requires us to introduce by the end of March, which we have. So we are on target with the dates for introduction, and hopefully we can adopt next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question, how can our public, have the budget?
They'll be posted, correct, clerk?
Yes.
They'll be on the website.
Okay. Off consent 84.
All right, may I have a motion to adopt off consent agenda resolution -84?
Make a motion.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Okay, Jang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Park? Pereira?
Yes.
Vitry?
Yes.
Introduction of ordinance 2023-1. Oh, 85, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, the
2023-85. Apologize, okay.
Yes. Can I have a motion to adopt off consent agenda resolution -85?
Make a motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Jang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Park? Pereira?
Yes.
Vitry?
Yes.
Thank you. Introduction of ordinance 2023-1.
Yes, can I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2023-1?
I wanna make a motion to adopt.
Yes, the 2021.
Introduce.
It's an introduction.
Yes.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Jang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Yes.
Min? Park?
Yes.
Pereira?
Yes.
Vitry?
Yes.
Okay. Introduction of ordinance 2023-2.
Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2023-2?
Make a motion?
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Jang?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Park? Pereira?
Yes.
Vitry?
Yes.
Okay. 2023-3.
Great. Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2023-3?
Make a motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jang?
No.
Okay. Kim?
Yes.
Min?
Yes.
Park? Pereira?
Yeah, I want to preface this to the public by, working on the budget. This isn't to harm in any way the residents to increase this 25 cents increase. We thought about this long and hard. Revenues were down by hundreds of thousands of dollars in relation to parking. It's very hard to cut a budget and get us to be within what we need to be and to be within the cap. And this is one of the areas we had to really think through. Not an easy decision, because we're all residents and we all have guests and we all want to see the avenue succeed. So please understand that these votes of yes are with tremendous consideration, but I do vote yes.
Thank you very much for that.
Vitry?
Yes.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, notice is hereby given that ordinances 2023-1 through 3 were introduced and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Mayor Council held today, March 20th, and ordered published in accordance with the law. Said ordinances will be considered for final reading and adoption at a meeting held on April 24th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, at which time all persons interested may appear for or against the passage of said ordinances. Copy of the ordinances will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available in the office of the Borough Clerk. Council reports.
How do we start first? How about Mr. Park, would you start, please? Council reports?
No report.
No report, thank you. Mr. Councilman Vici.
The fire department went out on a mutual aid call last night to Richfield. They had a house fire with practically all of East Bergen Mutual Aid was there. They did a fine job as usual, they put the fire out. And then we stood by for Richfield till they got all their apparatus back. Fire department's doing an excellent job.
Thank you very much, Councilman Vici. Councilman Kim?
Yeah, library is running promptly and well. They introduced a budget for 2023, is about $1.3 million. They will have library meeting on April 6th in person. So if anybody wanna join in library board meeting, in April 6th at 7 p.m. So if anybody wanna join and ask any question, you are more than welcome to do.
Great, thank you very much.
That's it for the library. Also, school board. We had a meeting went well. I joined the meeting and watched it, and they are doing very good job. We should give a hands to all the board members of the school board, that they are doing a hard work. But there are a couple of things that they had, they told me that they are concerning it, as well as Dr. Cirillo also mentioned that they are concerned that, and I agree with him, his concern. And I'd like to make a motion to our lawyer, our town lawyer, have a meeting with the school lawyer. And is there anything they can do it together in terms of, for the fairness for the whole town? Because they have a concern that they cannot resolve by themselves. So, maybe it's a time that our lawyer, to meet with their lawyer. And for instance, the illegal students who doesn't belong to our school system, or some other issues they have in mind. So is that okay to the board member that our lawyer go to and have a meeting with them and try to rectify the problems they have, if there is any?
Okay, well,
So
first,
do I make a motion?
well, before you make the motion,
Yeah.
Councilman Kim, it's just that I wanna make sure there's legalities, there's no conflict of interest.
No, I don't think there needs to be a motion. I mean, I certainly can get some more information, pick up the phone and talk to, talk to the attorney, report back to the mayor and council, and, see what, if
It's
there's
only
solutions,
because, not to cut you off, but it's only because if the school board would like to do that, then the board has to be approved and make a motion on that.
You can make a motion too. That's
That's why you
I can always make a motion.
Who's paid for him though? When he goes there.
I do not know, it's a town work, so.
You're paying for it, Mayor.
This is for the betterment for the town, so.
Absolutely, it's a great idea. I think the attorney did say that he's willing to work. Let's just work out the fine prints and see, if that's possible. And I don't think we need, like you said, motion, so we'll get on going on
Is
that.
it better to make a motion or not to make a
Well, what
motion?
would a motion for? If he's willing to just have an
That's
initial
enough.
conversation,
Yeah.
For,
to get
for
some
the
facts.
formality, because they have, as I explained before.
Focus on what they have to do.
Yeah, they have to do it, and it look like we are.
As-
Councilman, if you wanted to make a motion simply to authorize me to have some conversations with them,
Mhm.
I don't know that it's necessary, but, you can do that, I can do it, anyway, whatever makes everybody happy, I'm happy to do. You know, but,
Okay, I like to make a motion.
Yeah, but I just don't want the board to pay for this.
Not only that, that's not the subject that we have to discuss here.
Let's, because you don't have to make a motion, I think we could go move forward. I think he elected himself, he said, I don't mind doing this, so I think it's a good idea.
It's just a matter right now, Mayor and Council, is I'll have a conversation, I'll be able to report back. If we start getting more involved with detailed legal work and a whole, you know, it's a big project, then I'll certainly let everybody know and say, hey,
Someone's gotta
we're
go.
making progress. Yeah, you know, listen,
If
you
you
know.
think that's better,
That's
yes,
good.
you should.
So,
I-
consultation is free, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Councilman Guerrero?
Yeah.
Councilman
That's
Lee.
it for my report.
No problem, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Again,
Councilman
thank you to
Lee.
Karen and Mr. Glenn Pilata and Austin Ashley. We had our first pool meeting. We are going to be doing increases for the out-of-town memberships. We've remained fairly the same except for a very slight increase in the senior, which was extremely low. So we tried not to affect our own residents for pool membership, but we have, in order to survive, because there's a tremendous amount of overhead costs, there's a lot of repairs that need to be done at the pool. We've all agreed to do some increases in the out-of-town memberships. We're going to move forward. We approved tonight the contract for Nautilus, and Karen does a fabulous job down the pool, and she will have everything spot on and ready to go on May 31st. It's a really beautiful complex. I always encourage everybody to take a trip down there, take a walk through the complex. It's very impressive, and especially considering we built that complex way back in the 70s, I believe. It's really amazing how it's done the test of time, and it's still a place where lots of people go and enjoy themselves. It was tremendously helpful through COVID, when people needed to be outdoors and couldn't travel. Everything's gotten very expensive, so it still is a really great bang for the buck, so to speak. And again, thank you, Karen. Publicly, I surely want to recognize that all the work you do there. I think she's been doing a great job.
Thank you, Karen, from all of us. Thank you. Council report, Councilman Jack, Council Lady Jack?
Yeah, I would like to thank for the public workers. Recently, we had so much windy, was gusting, and, all the waste cans, and was running on the street, and whomever passing by, they were all putting things into the right position, and it was all running around, but, we just kept our houses clean and the roads for taking care. So I would like to openly thank everyone who got involved, especially public workers. Since I got the committee for the beautification of town, I'm always open to new ideas, like to make our town look beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Min, please?
I have no report to share for today's meeting. I'm still catching up, so hopefully I should have full report by next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything you want to discuss and disclose, how about you, Assistant BA?
Just one question that came up earlier about Lindbergh Field. That project has been out to bid twice, and we failed to get any bidders. So at this point, we need to re-examine whether or not we can award without bidding. I don't know, it's been bid twice, so.
We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that, or adjust the scope of the project to attract more bidders. But I just thought that address that.
Why is that? I'm just curious.
No idea? Yeah, 2 times. It went out to bid on August 10th, 2022, and November 22nd, 2022. And
Is
both
it the
bidders-
scope of work that discourages?
It could be. So we might have to change the scope.
Great. I'm gonna just follow through with your report. Was I actually, thanks to the attention of Joe Spalazzo, I actually went to the Lindbergh School. People were saying the batting cages, the baseball cage fence are dangerous, and they were locked up, so I went to see outside. I saw the one that's very close to the road that's coming out of the back parking lot. I looked at that, it wasn't that bad. But then today morning, Joe allowed me to come inside and take a look, and we're talking about the softball,
Right.
field away in the back where the basketball court is. And when I did go there, yes, I agree, it is dangerous. The top of the baseball, hitting batting cage is held by two metal rods. I mean, they're so secure, but I could see that there's some, links that connects to the metal, that connects, that make sure it doesn't fall down is broken. I think it is really an imminent matter that we have to address. I don't know, we should really, who, the Board of Education liaison, the chair is Jason Kim and Jang. I would like for you to go check it out, and I did check it out. And after that, let's have a report. I wanna sit down. I think there's some philanthropic organizations right now that are willing to help. I've been looking around, cause they believe in Palisades Park. So these leagues who are NPO, nonprofit organizations, they wanna see what they could help to kind of financially help us as well. It could be an amicable relationship. So first, let's check out the assessment. You guys go there. We'll talk to Joe Cirillo. I trust him as well, and we'll come back and we'll devise what we need to do. And then how about with the Board of Ed members and the committee members? We'll sit down with the people of the baseball league that would like to donate on a yearly basis as well. So I think we're gonna go ahead. Joe, is Joe here?
No.
There he is, okay, good, thank you, you were very quiet today, I didn't know. But I saw that, it is dangerous, and we should address it as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you, yes, absolutely. Chief, we saved the best for last.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, I was at training earlier, so I know there was some young gentlemen here, they were inquiring about some parking or traffic issues, so my apologies.
They're behind these three.
I'll meet up with them. Sean.
Absolutely, thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
I was getting away. Just my report for this month, I'm dating back from February 20th to March 20th, which is today. During that time period, our detective bureau, they conducted 4 fraud investigations, 13 theft investigations, 1 assault and 1 sex offense. Also motor patrol during that same time frame, they had 3 adult arrests, 1 was a DWI arrest, 1 was harassment, and 1 again was an assault arrest. I also want to make note on March 6th, the prosecutor's office conducted a fraud presentation at the senior citizen building. Again, you were there, as was Councilman Mann, and I appreciate you guys being there. I know you were part of helping us get that set up, so again, your support goes a long way. We've always talked about how we want to work with the town, so again, I appreciate you for helping us get that set up. Also, I just want to touch on at the high school, AAA sent a representative over there, and our SRO, Sergeant Mark Messi, worked with this female party. The program they presented was to high school students regarding the dangers of marijuana. As you know, marijuana's become a big issue, really, almost nationwide. A lot of states have incorporated where you can get it legally. But somehow it's getting to the hands of these young kids, and they think they can drive a car and what have you. And the presentation pretty much stressed that, the dangers of it, how it can affect you, and so forth. So, I thought it was a great presentation. The kids really were involved. They asked questions. It seemed like they were really interested in it. And again, I just want to thank Sergeant Messer for setting up that program. And that's all I have.
Just before you go, just a couple of, to follow up on our last meeting, I believe that Board of Ed member Sue Chung or somebody were asking about the response from the county concerning the most prone intersection accidents. Did you get that report to her, or?
We're still waiting from the engineer. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they said everything is so backed up, so I know Captain Disparage has been working with her on that. And I believe you reached out again, Captain?
I reached out to the county, that's correct. We're just waiting for review. They're reviewing 3 years' worth of accident reports from Central Boulevard. They were all forwarded to them, and as you can imagine, it's quite substantial. So they're reviewing everything to see what kind of remedy they could put in place. The local resident actually met with the chief, and we reviewed everything with the resident.
Thank you. Thank you for following up with Sue Chung, because she did wait for that, information for a
Yeah, I
while.
had a conversation, I explained to her, she was very receptive to it.
Right. It's just that, that is very important, right, to address the issue. We can't just second guess on why we're getting these accidents, prone areas. As you can see, these fine young adult leaders of high school brought these prone areas. They did their own due diligence. You know, so I think we should soon collect data and start preparing solutions.
And Mr. Mayor, just so you're aware, we've also increased enforcement on the hills. I know that local resident that has been monitoring it has seen our officers being more diligent in those problem areas. We have addressed the areas, we tried to shift Border Patrol on the 8 to 4 to 4 to 12 shift to those locations, as well as using our special officers to supplement that for better visibility. So it's definitely a work in progress.
Good, good. It's just that even on the weekend, you know, I got a call that there were 2 accidents on Sixth and Etzel, same day, same stop. So, you know, I know you guys are doing a good job. I hope to, you know, you guys will devise some solutions, action plans, and we appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so now for the public participation, can I have a motion to open to the public?
I'll make a motion.
First and a second.
Second.
Yep. Thank you. All in favor? Anybody else? Yes, please.
Just a question on the well, it's two-pronged. Question on the reassessment. I understood we had to be reassessed, and the town took, I think it's a 4-year block that started in 2020, so we're in the 3rd year.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You can keep that.
I have nothing to do with
Oh,
my
yuck.
Okay.
It's not even working anyway.
I'm doing it for free. Alright, so we have 1 more year of reassessments,
It is.
based on the 4-year contract we have. And then in the 4th year, that reassessment stands for at least a decade,
It can, yeah.
is that?
It can.
I mean, because that was state mandated.
Mm-hmm, correct.
Okay, so we have 1 more year of reassessments will be heard, and then we're, okay. One other thing is more of a statement than a question. You know, we go through primary elections and everybody campaigns, and we go through regular elections and everybody campaigns, and people put their trust and confidence in certain candidates. You're gonna represent us, you're gonna handle everything. But then you come here and you say, there are certain reports that maybe the public shouldn't see, but you want everyone to see. Why would you do that? If you're asking us to do it, why in God's name do we need you? So do what you're supposed to do as a council person. If it's not an obligation you want, then step down. But don't show us everything, we have enough going on. If people wanna see it, they'll come to you and ask. But I don't think you should make everything blank. And that's a personal opinion.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Your name and address, please. Yeah, you want to put it back.
Noemi Rivera, 512 Glen Avenue. I am here on behalf of the PTA. Our president couldn't make it today. I'm the VP. I just want to publicly thank you all, Mr. Mayor and Councilwoman. It was recently brought to our attention, the whole prom thing. We were told in January, we wrote in February, and a resolution was made today. We thank you. Thank you for coming together
You're
for our
the
children.
VP?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Okay.
Yes. Oh, please, just come to us. Just talk to us. Go ahead.
You're gonna have to use your guy here.
Please, just go ahead. And if there is I'll manage it. Please go ahead.
I have a question because, I don't know, last meeting I went to the board, meeting, and we was, I've been asked to open, you could hear me? I'm being asked to open the fan of Glen Avenue for those kids to be able not to jump over.
Fence?
The fence, like the gate, to
Where?
open the
Glen
lock.
Avenue?
Glen Avenue.
Okay.
To leave it open, because that way, the kid doesn't have to jump over.
You told me that fence is closed, the entrance is
It's
closed.
being closed, but they have a sign that it says open from 8 AM to 8 PM, but it's not allowed want to do it on school hour. That is correct, because they don't wanna have
Of course, strangers coming in. and
coming
out.
in, but doing after school, as we all know, we don't have no place to go for our kid. So I asked Dr. Cirillo to be able to open. So Dr. Cirillo said that this is not open because they need a patrol. They need a patrol person to be able to be there when it's get dark.
Right.
So it's a little conflict, who paid for that? The school paid for that, or the town will pay? He was gonna contact, Chief Espino, I know he wasn't here last week, about how they're gonna handle this. Because we need that to be open, for our kids to be able to at least go and just play basketball, just hang out there. Because they, even that the fence is closed, they still go over, that I think is very dangerous. I see it every day, and I live in front there, and it's caused a lot of trouble. And also, why not open and not complying to sign, the sign saying from, hey, this to this time? It's been locked, even to youth to go and walk around there, you just can't do it. So, I've been seeing experience kids going, if the kids don't know how to jump the fence, they just can't do it, they just leave. And I don't think it's fair for our kid not to have a little place to go and have fun. So I don't know how you guys gonna handle the pay of the patrol, we spend money and another stuff, so let's pay for our kid. Thank you.
I'll just let you know that I did speak with, the superintendent as well.
What?
I spoke with the, I didn't get a chance with, Councilman Chang, but, Councilman Kim knows about the situation. We're trying to figure out who's who and what's what, right? Before we make that act. But personally, point of view, and even, Councilman Kim, we do wanna open that, because there's a sign there for the public after the, schools. However, there is a safety issue. I believe, Superintendent Cirillo has a good point that he would like somebody to be there, whether it's, it's coming from the borough or for the Board of Ed, but we gotta try to find some person who could actually have an eye of things while we open. So we're actually doing that, so we'll keep you posted on it.
Yeah, and last thing, I really like that this kid come with this idea.
Yes.
Because me coming here and say about Glen and Exo Boulevard before, I didn't even, this care about it, but I like that this kid, because when the kid come here, you guys pay attention, you do it, and that's what we need more young kids to come here, and I really like what this kid did. It was
Absolutely.
very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Anybody else? Rebecca? Yeah, we gotta go soon.
Good evening, Rebecca Lee at 109 Abbott Avenue. There's a sewer drainage on the corner of Edsel Avenue and Abbott Avenue. I clean it out every rainstorm, or else it's gonna be like a
Abbott,
mile.
what, I'm sorry?
And Edsel Avenue and Abbott.
Mhm.
So I don't know who to turn to, cause I do it every rainstorm.
Is it
I'm out there like soaking rain, cause it's coming, all the debris is coming from 46, Edsel and Abbott.
That's why
I know what you're talking about.
That's why the town.
And my house, my neighbor's house, like our whole street gets, we suffer.
Okay, so that will be,
We'll take care of it.
yeah, we'll take care of it.
So I'm there every rainstorm, shoveling the debris out of it, so like I don't know how to resolve the issue. And I'm sure you probably do. So, thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you. Please come up.
From new to 68, I'll be quick. The docket record number for related to the resolution 79, what is it? I didn't get that.
Yeah, it's, this one's on the, I'm going off what's in front of me, I think it's right, it's, Bergen County, so it's BERL 638-23.
638-23.
Yes, I believe that is
It's a
correct.
3-digit?
Yes.
In the middle. Also, the minutes, ordinance, budget, is that going to be posted tomorrow? When, minutes, when is going to be posted on the website? Budget, ordinance,
Oh, the ordinance.
yeah, ordinance,
Okay.
minutes, budget.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay, thank you. And,
I think, you know, she actually raised it, and I just want to confirm. So we'll have one more property assessment, which is next year. Then after that, it will be locked for 10 years. Am I right?
Wait, you'll be right there, but let me explain. I'm not gonna say yes or no to that. What I plan to do is talk to the tax assessor, the collector, who deals with, the county to make sure what the schedule is, and I understand the people, like, why you coming here every single year? But we did it so that we could reduce the cost of that process.
I wasn't reducing for me.
No, because the property value, but anyways, so let me give you that fine answer, and I'll contact you directly, and people wanna have that answer, I'll disclose it at our next mayor council meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And by the way, the way that you follow up from last meeting regarding the traffic and accident thing, I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, appreciate you, thank you. Okay, anybody else? Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to close the public portion?
Make a motion.
Can I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. Great.
Again, that was a motion to close the public portion and.
Now, we're gonna have to, now, can I have a motion to adjourn the regular meeting? All in favor? Thank you.